Howdy folks, and welcome to the Weird in High School video podcast. I am your host, Bretton Lee John. On this episode, I'm joined by Joel Stretch from Starpainter. Joel and I get to chat a lot about making a life in music and what draws us to express ourselves in that way. We talk about his beginnings in small town Alberta and what eventually drew him to the fertile community that is the Lethbridge music scene. Without further ado, I hope you'll enjoy this episode with Joel and enjoy getting to hear the fantastic band that is Starpainter.
I understand. I know that the
Well, welcome, folks, to the Weird in High School video podcast. I am your host, Bretton Lee John, and this time we are joined by Joel from Starpainter. How's it going, Joel?
Going good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure to invite you into Tanner's garage. We just got to hear you play, which was I have similar review on similar things to say about it as what I said to Bailey, which was. It was solid. It was tight. It was proficient as ever.
Thanks very much.
You guys, how much do you practice? Like in my head, you guys live together like the monkeys in bunk beds, and you jump out, and like in the morning, and Joel play guitar, and then
yeah, we live together. We all no, we don't live together. We don't practice very much actually. For today. We haven't played a note together in a couple months, and so I think it's more in seasons. It's like when we have like a tour coming up or like a batch of new songs, we'll like hunker down pretty hard and practice pretty regularly in the lead up to those. But the like the two tunes that we played today, we've played lots over the last couple of years, and so we haven't practiced in a while. But yeah, it comes and goes in seasons, I'd say.
What would your ideal situation be? Would it be like playing full time with this band, or is it? We kind of talked the same stuff with Bailey, but it's an interesting thing because you guys are seemingly we were talking about Joel and how focused he is on guitar, and it seems like every member of the band is serious. What would an ideal outcome for the band be?
Yeah, I'd love to do this day in, day out. I love everything about being a musician and being in a band. It's like I love making records, love touring, love writing songs, and so just try to do it all as much as we can. And the more the better for me. I would say I do love domestic comforts as well. I love being at home, and like I'm married and love hanging with my wife and like reading books and watching movies and that kind of thing. And so I think the way that my life is right now, I do feel pretty good about. It's like we do this lots, but I also kind of like get best of both worlds where I can still be home lots and have like pretty day in, day out, like regular life, but get to do lots of music. And so I wouldn't say that I'm like jonesing for like a overhaul on my life to only be like touring and recording and that kind of thing, but I do love it, and yeah, I'd say that the more the better for me. Yeah.
I find it's almost something you need to do. Like if you get too wrapped up in it, then you have like people who are on the road full time. Their first record's about something, and then every record after they get successful is like about being on the road bus,
yeah.
Which isn't relatable to normal people.
Mm-hmm.
So there's definitely like a balance to strike. Are you a fan of Joe Pug?
I don't know Joe Pug.
He hosts The Working Songwriter, but
okay.
He kind of like seems to toe that line. He talks about touring like a stand-up comedian, which is like find a market, fly in, do your like Thursday to Sunday, and I mean if you're lean enough, you can do that, but that's hard when you got a band of miscreants that you have to haul along with you. But we were chatting a little bit off record about the industry and getting deals and stuff like that. Like, what's your plan of attack in that way?
I don't know. I don't have a plan of attack. My plan of attack is to focus on the songs and try to make them the best that I can, and then just try to put ourselves wherever we can, like just playing as many shows, and that's the plan. Making up good songs, trying to drive around lots and play where we can, and take opportunities when we can, say yes to stuff. I wish that I had a like master plan or a 5-year plan or whatever, but I don't. Just making up songs and doing our thing.
You mentioned the studio. What kind of like your records consistently sound good? Where are you making those records, and what kind of vibe is that?
Our most recent one we made at home, with like rented mics, just in my living room kind of thing. I think there's a couple reasons why they sound pretty good, like not necessarily like home recordings or whatever. One is Joel Gray being in the band. He's like a really meticulous and really knowledgeable engineer, and has like a really amazing set of ears and can really dial things in. And also we didn't mix it ourselves. We got John Anderson from Vancouver-ish. I think Maple Creek is where he actually lives, sort of a community outside of Vancouver. He mixed it and did a really nice job. And so I recorded at my house kind of over the course of most of a year, kind of on and off, and then sent it off to him to mix. Our first record we made at a place called Moose Farm, just north of Edmonton, with Jesse Northey, engineering and mixing. So different vibe for those two. But I think coming up, we're going to be making a record in Calgary with Chris Dadge is the plan, in a couple months here. So that's coming up next.
Chris's stuff always, I consistently enjoy what he makes. It's he's one of those engineers that I find, like, almost like Daniel Lanois, like really imprints a certain vibe on it. Like I feel like every band almost like in the area needs to have their Dadge record, like, just to hear how you sound through the Dadge filter.
That's what I'm hoping for. We wanted somebody who would be like involved, like sort of produce the sessions and help with the arrangements. And I just really love shaking it up when it comes to making an album. Like, I have made records with this band and lots with other bands, and kind of like every time I just want to do something that I haven't done before. And so really love Chris's musical brain, and I'm excited to work with him.
He made that one John Common record that just like,
it's so good.
I can hear the guitars in my head right now. And I talked to him about it too, and I was like, "What did you do?" He's like, "I don't know. I plugged it into a tape machine." Like, it was such a. I was expecting some kind of grandiose tone expedition, and it was very. It was kind of someone. It was either him or Laurie told me that. Like I love Chad Van Galen's recordings too, and someone told me that the mic Chad uses is the one that's the closest to the instrument.
That John Common album is awesome. Street Sweeper, tune from that album. It's very good tune.
I like had gone through this like big dramatic 20-year-old breakup at that point, and was like, I'm moving to Montreal, and I went and I rode a train from Montreal to Ottawa and listened to that record, and it was like it was like I was living my own Goodwill Hunting in my head. But that's. I feel like you've got such just a mind for art and for atmosphere and story. And we've been talking about books, and we were talking about the inspiration for Wild Azaleas. Is there a show or a scene in a movie you made up, like either or, but is there something like, is there a series that would be a dream music placement for you, or like a song you've written that is for a movie that doesn't exist yet?
That's a hard question. A dream, like on a TV show, like what would be like the show that I'd want it to play on? I don't know. I'm watching What We Do in Shadows right now, and they usually have pretty good tunes as the like credits tune. I'd be happy to hear some Starpainter as the credits roll on an episode of that. Yeah, I don't know. That's what comes to mind right now.
That works. That works. I'm a big Sopranos head, and I'm
nice
watching The Sopranos again, but it just had me like, there's one scene that ends with The Captain by Kate Chambers, and it's just like the perfect placement. And there's I sort of feel like in a world where music is not necessarily disseminated organically or ubiquitously, that sort of sync placements in TV can be like the way that a song has the capacity to,
that's true.
cut through and to hit, but it's got to be like that perfect moment in the perfect song.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I think I've found out about certain artists from certain like scenes in movies or TV shows. Like there's a movie called Down by Law by Jim Jarmusch, an 80s movie of his, where it opens with Tom Waits tune as the camera kind of like pans down this row of houses. It's like driving through sort of like I can't remember if it's set in like Florida or somewhere south in the States. It's going through a town, and that's kind of a signature Jim Jarmusch thing where a lot of the time it'll be like out the window of a car driving through neighborhoods of the town that it's like set in. And I always thought I didn't like Tom Waits very much, and Shazammed. I was like, man, this song is like awesome. I like love this tune. Who is this? And Shazammed it, and it was a Tom Waits tune from Rain Dogs that I'd never listened to before. And so that I think goes to show what you're talking about. Like even for me, obviously I love music and I'm pretty like plugged in to the like music world. But even for me, watching TV, I do get some of my like music tastes or new sounds from TV. That's for sure.
Were you like a skater kid growing up or any of the like?
No, I was not a skater kid. No, I was a homeschooled, like playing guitar in my room kind of kid.
I feel like that's a similar vein though.
Less friends as a homeschooler. Maybe.
I like that's another vessel, just like thinking of like the volume of stuff that got into my brain from skate videos. I just like when we were in Winnipeg, Tanner brought up the skate part for a skater he couldn't even remember, but it was to but he remembered that it was to Modest Mouse song, and Man with was teeth like God's shoe shine. Anyway, I've been listening to that song since, and it's like because of that. So homeschooled, like playing guitar in your room. How did musical influences get to you? Like Mark Maron's always like, who got you the records? Like,
mostly my brothers. My older brother Blair had like really good taste and similar taste to me, and showed me a lot of stuff. A lot of it was online, like you'd find stuff just on like MySpace or like Pure Volume or whatever. I found lots of stuff on there. I had a few pals in high school that were public schoolers, as homeschoolers call people who go to school. Public schoolers who would show me stuff. Like I found out about a lot of the like indie stuff, like Broken Social Scene and Modest Mouse, and kind of that wave of stuff from friends. Some friends like older brothers. Like there's a drummer that I knew in Ponoka who I played in a band with a long time named Drake, and his older brother Bryn had sort of like infamous mix tapes on CDs that he would burn and kind of like disseminate them, and we'd trade them with each other and stuff because he had really good taste and always seemed to like know the good stuff. And so I found out about lots from him. But
where'd you grow up?
In Ponoka.
In Ponoka.
Yeah.
So what was what brought you to Lethbridge, and what kind of perspective do you feel like you have different growing up in Ponoka, living and being a participant? I would say a pretty like significant contributor of the Lethbridge art scene.
Sorry, could you say that again? What was my perspective?
What's your perspective on like kind of the scene and what you had access to growing up in Ponoka versus what you see now, and what's maybe available to people participating in this scene? Yeah,
I got pretty lucky in Ponoka. I played in a band there called The Utilities from the time that I was like 14-ish. With people who lived in like the same cul-de-sac as me. So I sort of like found some people in the neighborhood literally who also loved music. And honestly, the like seed of that band is basically what has like turned into Starpainter. Like kind of we did that for like 10-ish years. And when that sort of like started to wrap up, it sort of like evolved into Starpainter. And so I do feel pretty lucky. I'm not sure that like in Ponoka there wasn't a huge music community, but I think in some ways that may have worked in our favor, where it's like when we were doing a show, it's not like there were other shows also happening. Like everyone would come to the show in Ponoka because it's like, oh, there's a show happening in Ponoka. There's a band from Ponoka, and like the Ponoka News would like write about us and whatever. So I had a pretty positive experience growing up in Ponoka and making music with my friends, and then moved to Lethbridge for school, and because my brother lived here, and I would say. Yeah, those are the two main reasons. School, my brother lived here. I moved in with my brother when I was 17 and had just finished high school and moved down here, and went to U of L. And then, I love living here. I feel like the landscape here is maybe like more interesting to me as somebody who didn't grow up here. Like to me, it always kind of feels like I'm in like a cowboy movie, or like I really love the like coulees and the prairies and whatever. It feels sort of like exotic to me or interesting to me, maybe because I didn't grow up here. And yeah, obviously the music community is great. I've like found sort of like those like mentor type people here, and then also like peers here who like play in the band and play in other bands, and then there's lots of people who are younger than me, sort of like starting out doing really cool stuff too. And so I love living here. It's a really good arts community and music community.
Yeah, it's interesting. It seems like there's kind of a critical mass of the people in the bands here that have come for university and stayed. Which I feel like you don't see in most the idea of a college town is more of an American concept, but it is interesting that there's, an enduring culture that doesn't seem to change with the incoming or outgoing group of students. Something seems to be maintained here.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good place to live. I think that having like the owl and the slice as sort of like the like center star of the of the like universe in Lethbridge really helps. It's like you need to have places where you can play shows that people will come to, and whatever. Having good venues, I think, sort of like parents good bands. It's like if you have good places to play, people want to like start bands and be able to like play in those spaces, so that helps. But it's a good place to live. It's like especially for someone from a small town, it still like feels small towny. I can like run into people that I know when I go out to buy groceries and whatever, which I like. It's like comforting to have sort of like a community where you live. But I don't know, it's like got its charms. I like living here.
Yeah, that point on the landscape and the environment, there's something kind of about the coulees that feels mysterious, or
big time.
Like, yeah, and I don't know, I was always too afraid of rattlesnakes to want to venture too freely within them, but
rightly so.
But yeah, it does, like it sort of has the feeling of almost all of southern Alberta has some kind of feeling like it's stuck in a past time too. Like I don't know, I don't want to over assume, but we've talked a little bit about some kind of literary themes and inspiration that way. Like, do you feel like the style of music you're making is informed by sort of like a romanticism and an attachment to the place?
Big time, yeah. Yeah, I think you kind of just, at least for me, like write about what you see. And so I think if that's sort of your mode of operating, like wherever you are is going to really shape the thoughts that you're having as you kind of like go through your day and go through life, just making up songs and whatever. So the landscape definitely informs what I'm doing. And a lot of the writers that I really love either do something similar here or do something similar like wherever they're from. Like I really love a writer named Robert Crouch. He like taught at U of L and wrote lots about like the prairies and that kind of thing. Like Alberta, I really love, and he lived sort of like Ontario most of his life, and wrote a lot of like landscape writing, sort of like, I shouldn't even say landscape writing, but just as you're telling the story in the poem or whatever, the places that surround you sort of like create the context. And so, I try to do the same thing here. Just sort of like looking around and like including my environment when you're telling the stories or making up the songs.
Are there, like, do you have dreams of immersing yourself in different environments for different, like, do you have any kind of heroes from a certain place that you'd like to be able to follow in the footsteps of, or
like elsewhere?
Yeah. Is there any, like, man, this guy whose work I love was in Nantucket. I'd love to go be on Nantucket and feel what he felt, or like anything of that, like.
I think I would be really interested in going to Alberta's like A-frame. He like the place that he wrote all his poems is in. I think it's like Ameliasburg, I think is the name of the town in Ontario. I don't even know where Ameliasburg is. I think it's north of Toronto somewhere. But that's one that comes to mind as like a place that I'd love to go. But I'm not sure necessarily to like write about that place. Like I feel like you kind of have to live somewhere to capture the like nuance, or to have things to say about it. Like I don't know, when we like I love to go new places. I like to travel when we're touring, or like with my wife. It's like something I really look forward to, and haven't traveled tons, but really enjoy it. But I'm always surprised, like when I go somewhere new, I don't necessarily have that much to say about it. Mm-hmm. It's like it's an amazing experience. I love it. But it's not like I come home with like a satchel full of like songs from that experience. It's like a lot of the songs come from more mundane or more like entrenched things you have sometimes more to say about. It's like whatever the like write what you know is one of those like often repeated like things or whatever. I do think there's some truth to that, where it's like I'm not sure I could go to somewhere I've never been and like have lots to like write about or comment on. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does for sure. Well, I think to close up here, the canned question I have that I try to have for everyone, sometimes I forget, is if you could go back to your kind of 17, 18-year-old self, yourself graduating high school, and give them a piece of advice with what you know now, what would that piece of advice be?
Rock on, brother. Keep doing what you do. I don't know. I don't have major regrets. I think when I was 18, I was making music in a band with my friends and sort of like doing what I could with what I had, and I feel like the same ethos still guides today, for better or worse. Maybe should have learned something by now that I could have told my 18-year-old self. But I feel like if I were giving advice, it's like just focus on enjoying where you're at. It's like if I stopped playing like music tomorrow, if I like whatever, just had a 180 in life, or was injured, or lost my voice, or whatever, everything so far would still be like totally worth it. Like it's like every step of the journey is so like enjoyable, and so I feel like I don't necessarily have that much to say to my 18-year-old self aside from just focus on enjoying it, and focus on like the times you're having with your pals driving around and whatever. That's kind of as good as it gets. It's like that's what's great about playing in a band, is making up songs, having pals, driving around. And so don't wait for some future time to enjoy yourself. It's like just dig in and look around and enjoy where you're at. Because I think maybe that is one thing I've learned. When I was younger, I think I was sort of like anticipating some future time when it would really begin or whatever. Right, but it's all just the same stuff in different contexts. And so look around and enjoy it.
I can't remember who said it, but someone on something I listened to talked about, appreciating when you're living either someone else's or your past dream. Like, because it starts to like, you're like, oh man, when I'm 16, when I can drive, and then like you get 10 years down the line, you take driving for granted, and you're like paying insurance and tickets and like,
that's a good metaphor.
It's easy to get, to forget that it's like, man, at one point I just dreamed about like getting a girlfriend, and now you're like married, and it's easy, like, whatever, all those things. So I think that's I think that's pertinent and good. Anyway, thanks so much for being a part of this.
Yeah, thanks, Breton. It's really nice. Cheers.
Cool. Yeah.